Rahul Srivastav, it's not just Rajiv Gandhi and Indira Gandhi or the parliament annexee or the library. There are multiple examples of prime ministers and chief ministers inaugurating or laying the foundation stone of state assembly complexes or legislative buildings. Is there merit in the opposition contention, or as some would argue and as some have argued, they are Vignajivis right now?
Gaurav, just allow me a bit of time. On 18 January 1927, when Lord Irwin read out a message from the King at the time of inauguration of the old parliamentary building, at that time new, he said that the parliament building is to guide India to fashion her future well. I think it is a moment where everybody should have got together. Everything should have been done absolutely to keep the spirit and letter of the Constitution alive. The Constitution of India is explicit. Article 79 very clearly says there shall be a parliament consisting of House of People and House of States. That means the president is an inherent part of the parliament. Then, while 74(1) is being quoted, there is also Article 53 which says that the executive powers of union is vested in the President of India. That means the president is the head of the executive as well as the constituent of parliament. But the point here is that if the BJP is being no different, you cited the example of Parliament NXT and others, then the Congress and others have not been different. And I have a strong belief, Gaurav, that bad starts in Parliament always become a habit. Okay. So the Congress needs to address today and say, we were wrong in the past and so is the BJP. Why I say that? Look at the example. 28th of August, few days after independence, 1947, first portrait, Central Hall, Mahatma Gandhi, inaugurated and unveiled by Rajendra Prasad. The second one on the 28th of July 1956, not by Rajendra Prasad, not by Dr. Mavlankar, the Speaker of the Lok Sabha, but by Jawaharlal Nehru. The first mistake was made then. After that, 25 portraits in Central Hall, Gaurav, 20 of them by President of India, to Pandit Nehru, VP Singh, Chandrasekhar. Why were they being inaugurated by the Prime Ministers? Dadabhai Naoroji's portrait in Parliament on 13th March 1953, the only time a Speaker has unveiled a portrait inside the parliament.
No, but let me try and understand. Is it wrong? Is it wrong for the Prime Minister to inaugurate, whether it was Rajiv Gandhi or Indira Gandhi or Narendra Modi today? Let me take that to Snehata Srivastav. Is there merit, ma'am, in the opposition saying that the President, the Vice President and the Speaker are being sidelined and the Prime Minister takes center stage? Is there constitutional impropriety or irregularity, ma'am?
Good evening, everyone. Let me start with the constitutional provisions. I will say that about the inauguration, there is no such provision in the Constitution that which building is to be inaugurated by which authority. Okay, number one. Number two is that it is the executive function. See, I am not in politics, please. Yes. So I am not saying anything for any party or anybody. Second thing is that it is the executive function to construct a building, to provide for funds, and to see how the building is being, is coming in the shape. Okay. And Honorable Prime Minister, being the head of the executive, he is doing his job. That's what my take is. So after that, once the building is completed, it is to be inaugurated. It can be inaugurated by the Honorable President, Honorable Vice President, Honorable Speaker. But there is nothing wrong if it is being inaugurated by the Honorable Prime Minister. Because
and there is past precedents.
There's past precedents. I'm not going into all that. I'm just saying that it is the job of the executive head to construct a building and to hand over the building to the parliament. Okay.
So is this much ado about nothing? Is there actually an issue? Sanju, I'm just coming to you, ma'am. Give me 1 minute.
I just would like to add one more thing.
Okay, go on.
That the parliament is notified by the Honorable Speaker. If you notice, and if you have seen that at the time of Corona, we had made Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha combining both the houses. So in the first session, in the first thing, the Honorable Speaker announced that the Rajya Sabha chamber is also part of the Lok Sabha, and vice versa. Rajya Sabha
Okay.
chairman also announced. So it is the notification or the order of the speaker, then it converts into the parliament.
So
as
only
such.
after the order. So far that process hasn't happened with this
Yes.
new building. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. GC Malhotra, your take, there is a new parliament building that's coming up. It's likely to be there for another 150 years. It's state-of-the-art building. There's a Sengol that's coming up. As the Union Home Minister said, this has Sanskritik Virasat, Sabhyata and Parampara. Should we be celebrating that, or should we be fighting the way this fight is happening right now? Mr. Malhotra.
This, of course, is an occasion to celebrate not only the Parliament building, which is the present Parliament building, which is 100 years old, and was not really serving for the suitability of members of Parliament, and also for security point of view. We know there has been an attack on Parliament.
Yes.
And then for the state-of-art needs of the members of Parliament. And if there is a delimitation, the strength of the houses is going to increase.
Yes.
So there was a need for a new building. This was agreed by both the houses of Parliament, and the resolutions were passed. Of course, it was opposed by the opposition parties initially also. But when we quote Article 79, where we say Parliament consists of the President, the Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, it means for the purpose of business of the House, for the purpose of legislation to be transacted, it is the President which is the head of the Parliament.